So the first one for the client script is the validation of data. So first we have to make sure the data on the form is correct before we save it. That is, for example, uh, we have to check the start date should not be more than the end date on the form. That is one thing. The second one is client script should run on right order of execution on a particular form. Um, right order, right order of execution. The next one is we have to put the client script code within the function. So the client script will have the pre-populated function in which we have to write the code.
Yes.
So we have to make sure we are putting the right conditions in the code, um, so that it checks the condition first, then runs the script.
Mm-hmm.
So I have also seen we should not use glide record query. Instead, it mentioned that we can use glide underscore ajax and glide underscore scratchpad.
Yes.
So the next one is we have to minimize the server lookup. So client script can use the data available on the form. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Server lookup, right?
Yeah, minimize server lookup.
Mm-hmm. You finish it and I will take it.
Okay, client scripts can use data available on the form or data which is retrieved from the server. So every time instead of looking up from the server or retrieving the data from the server, we have to try to use the data which is available on the form.
Hmm.
So that is one of the best practice. Mm,
Okay. Right. What else?
mm, so the next one is we have to avoid global client scripts. If you select global in the table form field, then the client script becomes global, which means it runs the client script on every function or on every table of the system, and it runs on every form of the service now. So
It is.
avoid we have to keep global function only if you think we will use it for the child table, like task table or
Right.
so if
When
it,
we are writing the client script on task table level, and that
hmm,
too, global is there, ma. Global is there, but client script have table, right? Your statement is telling us that it will run on every table, but we are selecting one table. You remember the client script page, 1 second.
yes sir, we are selecting one table.
Right. So that works on the same table only. It won't run on all the tables. So when we say tables, now it is a contradiction. It works on all the table. Maybe the word we need to change here. This is the one we are talking about. Okay, global, right? So here we are selecting the table, and also we are applying this type that gives also one more filter. And here, as you mentioned, apply more filters or more conditions, if conditions. So this is maybe we need to reframe it, ma. Okay.
Even I heard this sir, but I don't know why. Yeah, actually when you showed your page, it makes sense.
Hmm.
But here in the video, he said if we check the global field, the client script runs
Every
on
application scope.
every form. He said on every form, not
Every application scope, ma. Okay, this mean
mm,
like every application scope, but here we have a filter. Let's say in my system I have 4,000 tables. This one will not run on 4,000 tables. This one will run on only one table, right now?
yes sir.
That may be true in his context, but if we give this one, we will get more cross questions and we can't control it. So better remove it, ma. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, good. Any other?
Sir, I want to go with the differences between client script and UI policy, sir.
Sure, ma. Sheila garu, this is completed, Andy. Anything else?
There should be two or three. I missed them, sir. I forgot.
Yeah. So don't use random manipulations and use callback functions for server side calls. These two did you see, ma? No,
No.
it's fine. Okay. So see here, yeah, we can go through them later. Okay. See, almost all are, this one more is not a best practice, ma, but it's kind of an application. Application in the sense a use, client script use. Okay. And should run on the right order of the execution. So what does it mean is when we have multiple client scripts on the same table. Okay, on incident table itself, you have maybe 10 client scripts with a different purposes. Okay, then if we don't keep the order properly, then there would be a conflict. Where is again? Where is the order actually here? One second. I didn't see the order. So even client script one by one it will run, and one will do something, and other one will do something else, and it may have some conflicts. Okay, so what is important is when you are writing something, you should make the order properly so that it will not collide. Okay, here order 100, 200, 300 something. This is the meaning of this statement. Right, Nama, Sheila Garu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And third one is use functions for better performance. Functions. Okay. This one we will see very deeply when we are discussing about script include. Okay. But generally, anyone know about this statement?
I think
Yes, sir.
if we use on change, the functions will come pre-populated, and we have to write the code
No, ma,
in
no, no.
between that.
Okay, see, actually no, but this is one function that your understanding is right, but for this statement it is not right, ma. Okay, so what you are saying is here we have function, sir, and whatever I write it, it comes under that function, right? See here, so this is one function. Okay, generally, what does it mean is, okay, a script generally execute how is, okay, one second. So see, maybe it will take, it will, okay, I will explain this one very deeply in this point, ma. Script include is like it will introduce us class and functions where we discuss very deeply. Okay, but generally consider like this is my code. Okay, I written 10 lines of code. Okay, every line will execute. That's how the script will execute every line irrespective of. So if I use one condition here, okay, then only the scope of this particular code will run because you kept one condition. If condition is true, then only execute them. If condition is false, na, the script will not execute them. Right? Agree? So let's say we have 10 lines of code. Okay. So you written same like this. Okay. So first line, maybe you just take this one as a first line. Okay. And keep here. First line it will execute. Okay. Now next line, some condition it will check. If it is true, then only this four will execute. And then we'll go to next one. Okay, now after this if condition validation and this successful or this particular set of lines execute, then it will go to this one and then it will go to this one. Okay, so we use conditions. So somewhere she said conditions, use conditions. So if you have bigger code, if you use conditions, condition will filter something. Okay, similarly function also. Okay, so you write more functions. So how you write it is like function one, some set of lines, function two set of lines, function three set of lines. So you use more functions, and function will run whenever it matches, it match the condition, and or it is being called. Okay, so the remaining functions, even though the code is there, they will not execute until and unless they have been initiated or they have been being called. Okay, but that I will cover little deeper there, but I think this one is more clear, right? Condition is you are clear now. Yes, Sheila Garu, others?
Yes, MD.
Yeah. Comments. Okay, the next thing is use comments. Okay, comments in coding, comments are very, very, very important, ma. Okay, we have not added any comment, but generally, whenever you write a code, okay, use proper comments like this. Why comment is required is, okay, few people now, people will also follow like even they start it, they write like this. Okay, initial creation. Okay, Sridhar SK date and requirement. Date is not required anyway. Created date of this client script will be there. Okay, requirement this one. So why this is required is maybe after 1 year, 2 years, if someone opens this one, they will have basic thing. And if they changed something, maybe they can also write okay 1.1 change. Okay, added extra condition. Okay, these these comments are very 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 important. Okay, are so okay. Let's say you have one. You have one field. Okay, you have a reference field g form, okay, set value of assignment group. It's wrong, I know. Okay, please ignore. Okay, so see here you are passing assignment group value to some sysid, right? So what is the sysid we pass it? We pass one group sysid, right? So now as a developer, when you are developing it, you went to the group and you got the copy sysid and you pasted it, right? Everyone following me, ma?
Yeah, correct only.
Okay. But after 1 day or after 1 week, after few days, if someone sees it, how they will know? They have to go here and they have to copy the sysid and match it. Instead of that, we will write like, okay, sysid of service desk group. Okay. So like these kind of comments, we start using it. This is the best practices of a developer so that it makes the more, it makes the code more easy understandable one, and also for future reference also it will helps the others. Make sense, ma?
Yes, only.
Right. So this is the meaning of this one. Use comments. Okay. And script with conditions. Yes, we covered it. Don't use glide record. Yes. Glide record is a server side API, server side code, ma. Okay. We given that day one example, no? So we can't use glide. We can use. Okay. See here. In client script, I can use glide record code also. It will execute. It will identify. It will execute. But it gives lot of performance issues. Heavy. It makes the script very heavy because it is connecting to server. See, client is a palm. Remember this one. See this one. Don't confuse if I open something. Okay, it looks a little ugly. So you are here, right? So, uh, yeah, okay. So see here. Every time I do something, don't we don't need to understand, ma. Okay. Every time I do something, okay, the, in the back end, there are so many things that are happening. Okay, so there are some programs running. It could be HTML, page related HTML programs or ServiceNow programs, the ServiceNow program that I write in written. Okay, so all these things are happening. That means it makes the page. Uh, this is like performance. We see like this. These are the things that are happening in the backend, right? It causes the performance. Okay. Now if I write a server side code like glide record in the client side, okay, it goes to the server. Okay, query it, get them, and then use them. So this one will freeze. It will cause additional burden on the performance. Okay, we don't see them. Okay, but everything is a program here in a page level. right? It may load some graphic, it may load some additional stuff, it may load many things where we can't see them, right? But if you give more these kind of, let's say I written glide record here. Glide record means go to the server, apply a filter, get the output, and then use it here. So you are going to San Francisco server and you are in a page here. So the page will have additional button, and then it will give performance issues also. Okay, so that is the reason we don't use glide record in client side part. Does that make sense, ma?
Yes.
Okay, instead of that, we have some alternatives. Whenever you are writing a client script and you have some requirement from server side, you use either script include or global business rule. Global business rule means G scratch pad. So sorry, display business rule. It's not global business rule, display business rule. Okay, that would be our topic now. Okay, I thought of directly start the business rules, but we are continuing here. And there is something called DOM manipulations. Okay, so DOM, even I don't know, ma. Okay, it is kind of coding one, but it have some lines of. Okay, this one. When you are, these are like more object related. DOM, I don't know exactly. Okay, it won't support. DOM mainly runs on HTML code. And ServiceNow, we are running our own APIs and our functions. If I write something which is related to HTML, this particular thing may work, but it will cause us future issues. Okay, so see what is future issues is. Okay, I will tell you one simple thing. Whenever you try to understand it, whatever you write, whatever you develop it as a developer, okay, as a implementer, okay, you need to always follow ServiceNow best practices or ServiceNow out of the box features. What does it mean is, okay, so see here where get reference is there. Don't only stick with get reference, like one function is there. Okay, so get reference. Okay, in a Rome release, they decommission this function. Okay, instead of get reference, they may give us something like get server something. Okay, get server value, something they will give. Okay, so when they change it, they will intimate us. Also, they will support us. Like in your instance, these many get references scripts are there. Please change it to this one, and they will also give you document. This is one thing. Second thing is, okay, I am writing a code. This code is not working. I can intimate. I can take their help. Okay, if I raise a case, ServiceNow case in High portal, support portal, they will call us and then they will scan us and then they will tell this line is having some issue, so please fix it like this. But okay, if I raise HTML code here, something, okay, they will not support this line. This is they will directly tell you like this is not ServiceNow API, we don't support. And if due to upgrades and all, if this is broken, even they don't support that also. Right, Nama? Is that clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that is the reason we need to stick with out of the box configurations. Out of the box configurations like available. So get reference is available. They only provide. We can use it, but we can't use HTML, CSS and all because they don't support us, and we don't know how long it will work. Okay, after Rome, maybe ServiceNow will come up and say it won't support HTML at all. Then we need to rewrite the code. Okay, so keep these kind of things. We should keep these kind of things in mind when we are developing or defining service something. Okay, ma. So this is one more best practices. We should not use them. And callback function. Okay, I will tell you what is callback function. Okay, that is a different topic. Maybe we will discuss somewhere here. Okay. Yes. Anything else?
I want to add one.
Yes,
I
Mama.
really want to ask this question.
Yes, yes.
But here in best practices, I found and then I got confused when I see, like they say, like the display value in set value, always use a display value in set value. That means whenever, what is that mean? And then how like we use that.
I didn't.
This is very confusing for me. I didn't, it didn't make sense to me. I don't, did make sense means I didn't understand. That's what.
Always use display value in set value. Huh?
Yes.
Okay, if I use set value, I need to
Yeah.
use the backend value. But what is display value only? Where you written it?
I don't know, Andy. Like I have watched the way which what Sheila watched the same video, and then I found out this, and then I tried many sources, but I never get this correct answer.
Where? So you can also see this one. This is ServiceNow provided link where it have best practices. Same thing. Use functions. Use general cleanup. Okay. New value. This is fine. Old value. Okay. Glide Ajax calls means server side. Glide record. Don't use it. Use asynchronous. Yes. Maybe this is also you can keep. But where is this? Client side scripting, design and processing. Display. If you know the information of the display business rule, this is scratchpad value. We discussed it. Okay. Where else? Yes, same. Display business rule, display
I have
value,
saved
display
the
value.
definition, Andy. Maybe I can. I have saved the description, the whatever the definition.
Caller ID dot manager dot get display value. This is what you are referring, right? This
I think so only because I didn't know, I didn't understand this.
okay. If you have that one, please get it now. Maybe we can use the set value display value parameter for reference
Yeah,
case.
this is the one. This is the one.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, in the reference field.
Right,
Correct.
right, right. Okay, this is also good one. You can keep it. I'm sharing those links. So, when using set value reference value, please include display value parameter to avoid additional several calls. Okay. When using set value instead of synchronous retrieving display. Okay. ID set value assigned to equal to ID. Yes, this works. Client needs to go back to server to fetch the name that goes to the ID. Okay. So instead of that, this one name what they are passing assigned to equal to ID comma name. Mhm. What they are telling us is okay. We seen one example. Okay. Right, I understood it now. So we seen one example. Where is our window? So here, generally this is a reference field. We know that if we pass the sysID, okay, it will it will get the what you see here. So see what does it mean is I pass the sysID, but I will see service desk, right? It will set service desk if I pass this sysID. That everyone understood, no?
Yes, Andy.
Okay. So when you are passing sysID, again the system is doing something, some other process. It is going to group table, okay, getting the relevant sysID and getting the display value of it and then pasting here, right? It is not directly posting here sysID, right? It is identifying the record and keeping the sysID like the display value of it. Whatever the display value, we keep it. Agree?
Yes, Andy.
So instead of writing only one line, they are also suggesting us to pass the this one also, so that you are making the system not to check one more check. This is what they are suggesting us, right, Nama?
Okay, Andy.
Okay, so we
But
are
we didn't do before, right? Right, Andy?
no,
No.
we didn't do before. Now only I got
Yeah.
to know. Yeah, this one even
Yeah.
I don't know earlier. So it is making, see, I told earlier, na, performance. Okay. So here maybe if I pass, it have additional thing. Additional thing is it have additional job. Now that additional job we reduced it so that some extra job we are minimized it, which is automatically a performance related thing. Right, Amma? It is clear, right?
Yes, Sunny. Yeah,
Yeah,
clear.
right. Good. Okay, this is good. Yeah. Anything else on this topic?
I think we have minimized server lookup also only.
We have minimized server lookup. That is the meaning of this one, ma. The one which we just seen, na. It makes the same.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it makes the
Yes.
same meaning, ma. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll write this one. It's a good one. Good. Good points. Right. Okay, you go through this one also once, please. Okay, it have detailed information with examples. Yeah, first one is completed. Next, anything else here in client side best practices?
Uh, no, only we are good.
We are good. Okay,
Yeah.
good, very good. So give me 1 second. We'll go through it one more time and see if we missed anything or if we have anything else. Restrict. Okay, this is fine. Server lookups. This is what you are referring, na? Sheila Garu.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we covered ma these two. Instead of glide record, use G scratchpad or Ajax call. You only told, no? So we covered it. So this is one. So glide
No,
record,
sir. Yeah.
yeah, it's fine, ma. So instead of glide record, na, whenever you have server-side code calls, these two we use it. Okay, glide Ajax and scratchpad. This is one important. We covered it, and then we will see them. Okay, what is glide Ajax and all later when we cover scripting code and business tool concepts. This one we see in it, and use UI policies instead of client script. This is also one very important one, ma. Okay, so scripting always wherever you have scripting, the scripting have some load, extra load. Okay, performance. UI policy is already defined methodology in ServiceNow, right? So let's say I want to do a mandatory field mandatory based on a condition. Instead of client script, you better use UI policy. Okay, if you don't have a method, if you don't have option in UA policy, then use client script. Right, Nama? Makes sense, right? And you have description is also here. Why we need to. Okay.
Yes, Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Validate input in using client script. Yes. What does it mean? An excellent use of client script is validating input from the user. This is like we are what it is getting up. We are just adding. Now I use alerts here to see what it is coming up. So it is a kind of validation. Someone told me like we need to validate it or something. Validation. I think this is the one, right? You this is a kind of this one. Okay. So maybe you can keep it like this. Set client script order. Yes, you covered it. Okay. Avoid DOM manipulations. I covered this one. Okay. Avoid document object model if possible. Okay. So it is mainly like it writes in HTML and XML which don't support by ServiceNow. Avoid global client script. Okay. And this is we can't control it. So uh, 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 it's okay, ma. You can just ignore it. If you tell what does it mean is someone told it. Okay, here global is there. Okay, it tells us about application scope. Okay, so we have so many applications here. Okay, if you see here, I didn't touch applications because it is a confusing topic. Okay, here it is telling you the applications. When I say global means it applies all. Okay, so here this particular client script is in global. Okay, so it works for all the tables, but there are some places where we can define application scopes also. Scoped applications will come. Okay, so when you have that kind of environment, where whatever you develop, it will comes under the same scope. So if I write a client script under this scope, na, so you see here I selected application scope. Okay, and then application scope also came here. right? Let's say I created one, it's not a client script. Anyway, client script, you select a page, okay? Let's say you selected one configuration, okay, on submit client script or something. It works only on that scope. Don't see the table, okay? Scope is different, table is different, okay? Maybe I will give you some good examples, not with client script, but general examples, okay, where it runs on all table, okay? Maybe one example is like a task table. Even you can take task table one, okay? Task table is a multiple, like a parent table for many. So if you write something on global, it applies to all the tables also. But I will give you some nice examples, ma, okay, for global. Okay. So for now, I'm skipping it because it will confuse us. Yeah, that is the meaning, but partially. Enclose code in functions. Yes, someone covered it. Yes, yes, yes. And then run only necessary scripts. Yeah, this is very important. Okay. So whatever you need it, you keep that only. Don't keep unnecessary things. That's what the meaning of it. Okay. And so many examples. Very nice one. Okay, I think that's it. In this one, that's it. Okay. So keep this one. They are very, very, very important list. Okay, when if someone asks you, clearly explain them. Okay, it gives very nice impression. Okay, like comments. Okay, callback functions, and this one is very important. Looks like. Okay, just now I even learned it.